Hi, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Here's the answer to yesterday's question. What was God saying to Peter in his vision? Did it really apply to more than just food? And I hope you get the answer right. Here's today's devotion for June 16th, 2020. It will be from Acts chapter 10, verses 24 through 33. And on the following day they entered Caesarea, and Cornelius was expecting them and had called together his relatives and close friends. When Peter entered, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. But Peter lifted him up, saying, "Stand up, I too am a man." And as he talked with him, he went in and found many persons gathered. And he said to them, "You yourselves know how unlawful it is for a Jew to associate with or to visit anyone of another nation. But God has shown me that I should not call any person common or unclean. So when I was sent for, I came without objection. I asked then why you sent for me." Well, Peter had worked out what God was saying in the vision that he had received. Yes, it dealt with more than just food. It meant that Peter should stop looking and judging people by the standard of Jew and Gentile. All people are now declared clean in the new standard. All people will be people of God, as long as they have faith in Christ Jesus. If God works faith in a Gentile, that Gentile is clean, not common, not unclean, just as if the person were a Jew. So God's people now includes not just the people of Israel, but people of all nations, of all languages and all colors. This was a huge change, and it opens the way for Paul's ministry and growth of the Christian church throughout the world. This is good news for you and good news for me, because it means we are not common or unclean due to our faith in Christ Jesus. Verse 30 and following, "And Cornelius said, 4 days ago, about this hour, I was praying in my house at the 9th hour, and behold, a man stood before me in bright clothing, and said, 'Cornelius, your prayer has been heard, and your alms have been remembered before God. Send therefore to Joppa, and ask for Simon, who is called Peter. He is lodging in the house of Simon, a tanner by the sea. So I sent for you at once, and you have been kind enough to come. Now, therefore, we are all here in the presence of God to hear all that you have been commanded by the Lord.'" Before Peter had his vision, God was already at work preparing for this moment. God had sent an angel to Cornelius to tell Cornelius that his prayer had been heard by God and to send for Peter. Peter received a vision of God preparing him for accepting Cornelius and his family and friends into the household of faith with the vision that he had given him. Cornelius, in preparation of Peter's arrival, never doubting that Peter won't come, gathers his family and friends together so they can all hear what Peter has to say when he arrives. I mean, look at all these things that have taken place. Peter's just now, arriving. Now all Peter has to do is proclaim the gospel. God did all the heavy lifting. My friends in faith, we would be utterly amazed, I'm sure, if we knew how hard God was working to prepare the soil of other people's hearts and minds to hear the gospel, so that all we need to do is actually open our mouths and share it. Don't be afraid to share your faith in Jesus with others. Chances are, God's already been working on their hearts and their ears and their minds so that they'll receive the message. Go in peace. Serve the Lord.